Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's what I do.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins lets it fly, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the young man was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie. It's Phillip Lindsay. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. This is Gabriel out on the left side, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
First down, Broncos.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it's 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. A run with Lindsay out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down.
That's what love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Block now to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Cousins. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Get your arm. Drop the pass.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins, incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You don't know.
Gun.
Hey, watch that. Check right 54.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
Get ready.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Adam Gotsis. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
That's the end of the first quarter.
We got three. We got three.
7-7.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Cousins gives way to Cook. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Single. 82's moving. Watch tight end. Tight right.
Hey, Zoo.
52's the mic, boy. 52. New mic, 52. Right 52.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear. It's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
At the 39-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Check my 40. Check my 40. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Defense.
Now Locke throwing on second down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for first and 10. To the right side, complete to Miller. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be second and 12.
Let's go now. 50, plant. Bravo. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Mike, 55. Look at me. Zipper. This is normal. 550, let's go.
Lock to throw on second down. This is the tight end fan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
91.
Locke going to bring the offense up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Locke now, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a second and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Defense wins championships, baby. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Check.
On second down, here's Locke. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 15 yards on the play, first down. Cousins now to throw on first down. Pass it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us where they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the 25-yard line.
Throwing on second down. Lock. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Got it.
54, right there. 54.
Five.
Screen. Back to screen.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Let's go.
On first and 10, here's Locke. Miller with first down and more. On the right side, this is Miller. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hey, box drop.
Clock now on first down. They'll find Lindsey here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by McManus is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
You ready? 54's Mike. Hey, lock it. 54. Here we go.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are able to regain the lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Protein spill. Hey! Hey, Delta. Now.
Here's Locke. Steps away to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Yeah.
A give, running right, Lindsey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
80 weapons.
54, right there.
Go.
Watch twist.
Now to the air, Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, Orbit.
Check. Watch 54. I got him.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. The catch made by Miller. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Locke now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Check. He's checking.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there.
Now on 2nd and 16. Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a gain of 34. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Theo Riddick, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. McManus's point after is good, and that will tie us at 24. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Being chased out left. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, it's Cook. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Throwing, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
65.
Listen to me. Hey, Alpha.
52. 52 is the mic.
To throw, Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Hey, Steven.
Hey, 1 7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, exit.
Mike 54. Mike.
3rd and long for Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Cousins to throw it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. To throw is Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Again, it's Cousins. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 55, Mike 55. Who that? Mike 55. Check 55, Mike. Nice, sweetheart.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Trick that ball. Mike 55. Right there, you will. 55. Focus, defense, focus. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, two. Get in there.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Mike 52. Guys, two. Let's go. Switch. Stick guy. Check down.
Again, it's Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Gun.
Motion.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to Hunt. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Switch.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Cook. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Bravo!
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Wait, hot!
Check 3.
Hey, yo. Wait, that!
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Forced out to his left. And he finds Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And they got the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
We got this. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Locke. Over the middle, complete. That's Lindsey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A big spot now for the rookie Locke. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Everson Griffin. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On first down, Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
11 yards there, first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Cook, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Vikings, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.